Flutter CTO survey interviews, powered by LeanCode. Let's build great apps together.
Hi there, we are at Google I/O today with Mateusz. Hi Mateusz.
Hello, hi both.
It's great to have you here. So Mateusz, since you're like a GDE for Dart and Flutter, you are since ages in the community. Basically, you did your first Flutter app in
6 years ago.
6 years ago, 2019, I think. Right. Later on, you were on the stages of all meaningful conferences, starting from Flutter Europe, meetups like Flutter Warsaw, but all the meetups throughout Europe, basically. Also FlutterCon, Flutter and Friends, Flutter and Firebase Festival, to name a few. What's your take on how the Flutter framework developed over all those years?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I think that it's really, we can see that it's been maturing a lot, the Flutter framework, the community, the state of the ecosystem packages. And I think that one of the signs of it is when you see how many products are being built, and products that are commercial, that are helping extend and bridge the gaps where Flutter framework was not able to do before. And we have a lot of such products like Widgetbook, CodeMagic, the first product that was shipping CI/CD support for Flutter, Widgetbook with design systems and stuff like that, Flutter Flow, first low-code, no-code tool, Patrol, our tool that bridges the gap of UI testing and end-to-end device testing and takes it for Flutter apps. So I think that throughout all these years, 6 years that you mentioned, we can see how more mature the ecosystem is, the community, the conversations in the community also on GitHub and around the issues are much more mature, and I think thinking about the future of the framework, because we have a lot of packages, libraries, supported stuff right now. Now community is more thinking about how to make it more endured, how to make it more future-proof.
Right.
And that's, I think, a huge sign of this.
Definitely, we can witness all those new products coming in the Flutter ecosystem, and this is something special about the Flutter, I think, right? Because the Flutter is open, and Flutter also encourages developers, contributors to add new packages, to add new features into the ecosystem to bridge certain gaps, as you've mentioned.
Yes.
How is specifically Flutter doing that?
Yeah, I think that straight from the beginning, it was very open to contribute. It was very endorsed to contribute to Flutter, both in terms of the Flutter code itself, Flutter packages that are inside the Flutter repository, such as Camera or File Picker, and also, of course, third-party packages that are on pub.dev. Also, we can see a lot of programs like Flutter Favorite, programs like Package of the Week, a lot of social amplification on Twitter or other social media regarding packages and contribution. Every time that we have a new contributor in Flutter, the contributor is mentioned in the official release. So it's also something very nice. And also I think from the last year or something like that is the notable commits, that if someone is making some notable contribution, it's wrote down in a special place on GitHub. So all of this stuff, I'm not sure, I think that it's not so popular in other ecosystems, and this is really great that straight from the beginning you can see that the whole culture around contributions, around openness is not just there are not just empty words. There's actually everything that's behind it on GitHub, on social media, the culture around Discord, that every discussion about Flutter is open, that every contributor can have a real impact on how the Flutter ecosystem is built, and even the SDK and the Dart language how it's built and what decisions are being to make in the future. So this is really great. I'm not sure that this is something that's a standard in any other framework.
Other frameworks,
Yes,
other platforms, right?
totally.
For sure. And like, so with all the effort you've mentioned, the Flutter has gone a long way since its beginning. Since the early days when it was mostly popular among the startups. Today we both attended the keynote with the new Flutter announcements, and during the keynote we could have learned that LG is transferring with their TVs, WebOS, right, and using Flutter, but also we've heard about a case from Universal. And they've described how they are building the user experience with the Flutter and reducing...
The experiences, this is the great word.
The experience,
it's really
right.
great word for Flutter, right?
For Flutter,
because
right.
you build experiences with Flutter, not just a mobile app
I
or
think it
something
comes
like that.
together with, because what they've mentioned are those 5 pillars of, that are the foundation for the Flutter, and the second one was to build the beautiful apps, but actually it's not only about being beautiful, but it's about enriching this experience, right? So from what you've observed on the market, like Flutter is maturing, right? So it's so also the target
also
for the Flutter
of deployments. Yeah,
Yes.
I think you are going there.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Like you mentioned from the at the beginning of Flutter, it was known as a POC framework, right?
Right.
You use Flutter to
MVP
deliver
at most, right?
To deliver, everyone was thinking that it's fast to deliver things in Flutter, but it was like fast for deliver a proof of concept, and not fast to deliver a full grade, production grade, I don't know, enterprise app. But it's no longer a case. Right now it's not only for POCs, because it's still viable for POCs, but it's also, as we can see, viable for mobile banking experience, as we know, for a lot of VC-based startups, products, like mentioned Superlist, also like we know Toyota infotainment system, so whole another niche, or LG WebOS and stuff like that. And now with another milestone that is WebAssembly support and more portability and more performance on that platform, I think that this digital experience is even more true. The word is even more meaningful, because we can take advantage of that and provide competitive experience on web as well. Yeah.
Right, that's going to be exciting.
Because for now it was on mobile, was all the things that I said was pretty obvious in the mobile world, but right now we can compete with other frameworks when it comes to delivering such experiences on the web platform.
On the web as well, right?
Which is really exciting, and it's opening. I think it's opening a lot of doors out there.
Definitely, because we spoke about that with Kevin, and you can find that video on our channels, when Kevin, but also Craig, were mentioning that what Flutter brings is this negative headcount, right? So Flutter helps to actually reduce the investment that is needed into the new product, or simply cut the time half you need to ship new product.
Or deliver more features, even more features in your experience.
Right.
Yeah?
So basically, it's about bringing productivity into development of customer-facing apps. So thanks to the announcement of WebAssembly being stable right now with Flutter. For web, it means that not only iOS and Android will take the benefits of those of this portability, but also the web interface, right? In the coming future, together with the adoption of WASM and browsers, right?
Yes. WASM is the future. I think this is obvious, because it's not only about Flutter. It's the future of many technologies, many areas.
Right.
So it's good to be, for Flutter, it's really great to be there.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mateusz, so much. Enjoy the rest of Google I/O.
I will.
Take care.
Thanks a lot.
Great, thank you.
build your next project with us. Schedule a free 30 minutes consultation.